Welcome back to Full Court Tennis Advantage. I'm Brian Teacher, Australian Open champion and founder of the Full Court Tennis app. And today I want to take you inside one of the most breathtaking matches I've ever witnessed. Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, the 2025 French Open final. A match that's going to go down in history, not just for its length or the talent on display, but for the sheer mental and physical mastery from both players. It was the longest Roland Garros finals ever, 5 hours and 29 minutes of drama, intensity, and brilliance. And as I watched, it felt like tennis had reached a new dimension. Two athletes locked in a full court chess match, pushing each other to the limit. It reminded me of the Federer-Nadal Wimbledon final from 2008, but it had a different kind of edge. Two players who grew up idolizing the greats, now forging their own rivalry in the crucible of a Grand Slam final. And as someone who's been close to the top, I watched in awe. These guys are at the pinnacle, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Their strength, balance, and footwork are matched by their clarity under pressure. In tennis, you're alone out there. No timeouts, no huddles, just 15 seconds between points to reset, regroup, and respawn. One slip, one hesitation, and the match turns. So their focus is total. Their training, physical, mental, and spiritual shows up in every shot. And so what made this match so electrifying was the way they kept pushing each other to the edge. A relentless, high-level strategic war. Back and forth they went, each rally a calculated blend of power, speed, and precision. And both players, they got every shot in the book, but more than that, they know exactly when and how to combine those shots with perfect spacing, footwork, and timing to create the illusion that it's all effortless. Like master illusionists, they pull out magic trick after magic trick, leaving the crowd in awe, wondering what brilliance will come next. Then layer on top of that artistry comes the physicality, the endurance, the emotional resilience. They don't break, they adapt. That's what greatness truly looks like. Coming in, Sinner and Alcaraz were both undefeated in major finals. Sinner at 3-0, Alcaraz at 4-0. Clay had always been Carlos's domain, but Sinner was building a resume of his own. Both were in peak form. The stakes were historic. This was the first Grand Slam final between two players born in the 2000s. And from the first point, you could tell this match wasn't going to be routine. This was going to be a war. Sinner came out firing. His forehand was locked in, his backhand as precise as ever, and he took the first two sets, 6-3, 7-6. He was rock solid on his serve, aggressive on his returns. He played like a man who knew this was his moment. Alcaraz, meanwhile, was searching. He wasn't quite in rhythm, but in the third set, things shifted. He started using more angle, finding the drop shot, changing the tempo, and he took it 7-5. And the fourth set was pure drama. Sinner had 3 match points at 5-3, 1 point from the title, but Alcaraz, in perhaps the most clutch sequence of his career, he saved all 3. He held, broke, and won the tiebreak 7-3. Then suddenly, after nearly 5 hours, we were going into a super tiebreak in the 5th. What happened next was stunning. Alcaraz stormed ahead 7-0 and closed it out 10-2, sealing his 5th Grand Slam title in what many are calling the match of the decade. But what struck me the most was their mental game. Sinner trains with Formula One medicine, a brain-focused system used by Formula One drivers. It's all about internal stillness, mindfulness, breathing, presence. Even after losing match points, he stayed composed. Alcaraz, now he's spoken openly about his nerves. When it comes time to compete, he resets. The 4-set tiebreak proved it. He won 13 of 14 points after being down love 40. This wasn't just tennis. It was a duel of mindful warriors, athletes whose mental training matched their strokes. And their body language reveals even more. When we watch Alcaraz after a big point, his arm pumps upward to the gods. He's like a gladiator in the Colosseum. He's commanding the arena. Then comes, of course, his signature hand to the ear, inviting the crowd. I am who I visualize. You saw that shot. Now show me you felt it too. So he's regaining the protagonist role, and it's audibly confirmed by the thousands cheering for him. It's like watching a mythic movie come to life in front of our eyes. He's visualized himself as the best. He's trained like it, lived like it, and that moment is his internal reality meeting external validation. That gesture isn't just for show, it's a channeling mechanism to fuel his ego to help propel him to greater heights in the match. Sinner, in contrast, is more reserved. His fist pump is close to the body, it's understated, but his eyes, they burn with fire. He's about control, precision, and internal drive. He's not playing to the crowd, he's playing to the moment. And this contrast, Alcaraz is feeding off energy. Sinner, drawing from within, reveals two mental blueprints. Both are locked in. Both use affirmation, visualization, and body cues to stay centered. From a coaching lens, this match had everything. Aggressive baseline play, variety, drop shots, slices, net approaches, strategic movement, recovery, full court pressure. It was a clinic in adapting and responding. And this didn't happen by chance. Their footwork, their balance, their decision making, it's all been trained. Their entire development showed in every point. The match lasted 5 hours and 29 minutes, and neither player mentally faded. That's the new elite standard. Afterwards, Sinner said he was proud of the fight, then took time off. That's wisdom, knowing recovery is part of the process. The crowd was electric because the tennis was real, emotional, authentic. Every save point, every defense turned offense got a roar. It wasn't about nationality, it was about greatness. These weren't theatrics. These were two warriors giving everything physically, mentally, spiritually. That's why fans loved it. So what can we learn? Number one, you need to train the mind. Breathe, visualize, and simulate pressure. Number two, build a full court game, all the various strokes and shots, including service return and transition game. And number three, learn how to adapt strategies. What works in set one might not work in set 2, 3, 4, or 5. And number four, remember to rest. Recovery is also training. On the Full Court Tennis app, we help players analyze matches like this. Where did the movement falter? What was the shot selection at pressure moments? How was your energy? Also, it's super important to use tools like Full Court Tennis to study your strokes, compare them to the pros, and pull out the essential ingredients. With side-by-side stroke tools, match breakdowns, and virtual feedback from elite coaches, we can help you elevate your game with precision. That's it for today's episode of Full Court Tennis Advantage. If you haven't watched the Sinner versus Alcaraz final, watch it. Don't just admire the shots. Watch their posture, their resets. That's where greatness lives. And if you want that kind of analysis for your own game, check out the Full Court Tennis app. Until next time, keep moving your feet, stay in the moment, and play full court.